When did you get diagnosed with ADHD?
So I got diagnosed 2 or 3 months ago. I was doing my MBA. When I started writing my dissertation, I just couldn't write a single word. I was just sitting there for 2 or 3 months doing nothing or surfing the internet, spending time on YouTube, and driving everyone nuts around me. One of the counselors mentioned ADHD, not that I have it, but just mentioned it. And I went home, fired up the computer, started looking into adult ADHD, and then I thought, that sounds familiar. So I contacted the Leeds self-help group. They said I need like a formal diagnosis, only a specialist can do that. And because the waiting list was so long, I then decided to go private, and the time was running out for my MBA as well, so I was really under stress, time pressure. It looked like I'm gonna fail because I couldn't finish my dissertation. So I got diagnosed in London, and I was lucky that I had an assessment from 1989 or something. This way the psychiatrist was able to make a diagnosis. So, and there was like, she said, yeah, there's no doubt that you've got ADHD. I felt like very relieved and happy, and quite shaken at the same time. I was like quite shocked. I've struggled with like so many things that were like easy for everyone else. So with the diagnosis, I was suddenly, I don't know, able to accept myself. And yeah, I think my family, my dad has it as well. Like, yeah, I think he's got it. He hasn't been diagnosed, but because he's got the same problems and he's dealing with it, I think a bit better, but he had more time to deal with it as well. And I think he was quite understanding. And I think my mom was just a bit concerned. And my wife, like, she was a bit like, you don't want to define yourself via a condition, which is, it's just a name for something. Like, not everything is down to ADHD, and medication is bad, and don't do it. And yeah, she was like, not, I mean, she's a very supportive person, but she wasn't happy about the diagnosis, and about all the fuss I was making suddenly, and I have to do something. And she was like, do your dissertation, don't research ADHD. So the biggest change was self-awareness. The ADHD brain, or my brain, was like, I always thought I was very aware of myself, and actually if you score yourself high on self-awareness, you're probably quite low. And I was always thinking, I always thought I'm really good. So that was a massive change, being aware. And then I was suddenly able to talk to people, look them in the eye, and listen to what they say. It was such a good feeling to I don't know, to be able to open a newspaper or something, or read something and read through the whole thing without skipping. It was just like, and then remembering what I have read. It was just mind-blowing. And even my wife, now when I'm like a bit confused or something, she's like, have you taken your medication, Kerim? She was like always the one who had to keep everything in mind. Like, her mental load was like, she had to think about everything in our lives. And now I can think of things and help her, and it's made such a difference.